All right, late night here. Good evening, everyone. It's almost 11 o'clock. I thought we were going to have some Badger Nation action on our hands tonight. Um, we're waiting around since 9:30. We're supposed to have a 9:30 kickoff with Oklahoma State and the Badgers, but I guess our opponent could not make it or was scared, apparently, of Joseph and Sama and the boys. So I had a long day working and stuff, so I wanted to at least get one game of college football in. So understandable, we might have a light crowd here at the live, but that's okay. We're still gonna get a game of Temple in here tonight. We'll save it on YouTube. Yeah, that's right. He's soft. He's scared. So we might not have our full fan base here because all of Badger Nation was anticipating a 9:30 kickoff against Oklahoma State, but instead we got nothing. We didn't get any Badger football tonight. So I guess we're going to play Temple against Rutgers instead. So let's refocus here. As you can see, there is Clark coming off his amazing week. What's up, Zach? We got blown off by Oklahoma State tonight. He stood us up. He left us at the altar. So we're back to playing with ourselves tonight. As I thought we were going to have a user versus user game, but it's back to just playing the computer, which is fine. We'll just play with ourselves tonight. So that's what we're going to do here. Let's take a look at our recruiting before we get underway. I'm ill prepared for this game. I don't have any good history facts or anything looked up about Rutgers, but I do know enough about Rutgers that I could probably come up with some stuff off the top of my head here. I'm pretty familiar with Rutgers football as well, as me and my dad and my mom went to the first ever Rutgers Big Ten football game, which was a 14-10 loss against Penn State. And I think that was probably like 2014. So we were at Rutgers' debut in the Big Ten. Real quick here, I'll look it up on Winsipedia. What is Temple's all-time record against Rutgers, just so we at least know that. So let's see, Temple and Rutgers on the Winsipedia. I was shocked that Temple had a winning record against Syracuse. I don't think we're going to be so lucky here. No, but a long history here. Temple trails the series 24-15. And interestingly enough, if you look on Wikipedia, although the game does not consider this a rivalry, Wikipedia does list Rutgers as one of Temple's rivals, along with Villanova and Penn State. So no love for the classic Temple-Buffalo rivalry from Wikipedia. I don't know how they forgot about that classic, but they do consider this a rivalry, Temple and Rutgers. So quickly here, we're trying to close out. We don't have much to do on the recruiting, so we'll just look at this for 2 or 3 minutes here. Scroggins from Tyrone. Still dragging his feet, waiting for that elusive offer from anybody else, but he's still just riding on that one scholarship offer from us. At some point, he's going to have to pull the trigger and realize we're the only school that wants him. So he's going to have to bring his talents here. That's right. That's a good point. Birthplace of college football, Rutgers. Rutgers and Princeton in the 1800s was the first ever college football game. That's some good trivia. Thank you for that, chat. Also, we have Griffin. Griffin is visiting. He doesn't have to go far. He lives in Philly. He's from Philadelphia, born and raised, and he's coming to this game today. So, and he also has an offer from Rutgers. So he's going to really have an eye on this game as we're selling out on him. What are we doing with him? Yeah. And like you can sell them on these specific pitches, as you see, the ones with the green check mark. Like those are the things he's interested in. But in our scenario here, we just send the house, which means we just talk to them. Like basically, we just lie to him. We just talk to him about generic things because we don't want to get into any specifics. As you can see, we don't have many good specifics to talk about. So we just kind of talk to him, tell him you should come here, but we don't really get into the specifics, but we could talk to him about proximity to home, but you have to talk to him about 3 at one time. So if we included a package with yeah, you live in Philadelphia, come play for Coach Hill, who's a D prestige, and you won't get a very prestigious degree either. Academic prestige is pretty low, but you will be close to home. That's not going to really sell Griffin too hard, so we'll just keep it as it is with the 50 points there. We have 20 points left, so let's see if we can get another visit. We'll bring in this quarterback that's going to bankrupt us and be our slow pocket passer. We'll bring him in to see James Franklin in a week or two. I'm not sure when that game is exactly. That's our next home game. And we'll use our last 10 points on, I guess, this offensive guard from Stroudsburg. Home of James Franklin, the former East Stroudsburg player, James Franklin, will bring in this guard from Stroudsburg to see Franklin in the Hokies. And we'll talk to him about proximity to home. So that's basically it. No updates really on the recruiting trail here. And since it's late, it's almost 11 o'clock, that is a perfect time for an owl late at night. So let's get these owls out on the field. Set up our practice here. You know what else I think I might even do? Yeah, they beat me to it. They're going to let Clark take it easy at practice today because that's a big fear I have going forward in this season. We're really using Clark a lot because we have to. He's our only good player. But as you can see, he's already starting to get worn down. He's showing signs of fatigue here as we're only 4 games into this season, and Clark is already getting worn down. And that's partially our fault based on our weak facilities, and also if we throw it to him 90% of the times we throw the ball, we throw it to Clark. So he's going to get worn out pretty quick. So Rutgers is 2-2, 1-1 in conference. They are led by a fellow Penn State alumni, Greg Schiano. He was the coach of Rutgers, actually. Yeah, so I remember some stuff. Schiano was their coach previously when they were in the Big East, some of their best seasons. Pandemonium in Piscataway when they beat number 2 Louisville on a walk-off field goal in 2007. And also, Schiano then left. Yeah, he left Rutgers and went to the NFL. I think he went to coach, Tampa Bay? I think he went and coached Tampa Bay for a little bit. And then he got hired by, he got fired by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And then he was out of work. And he got hired, he was somewhere else, I think Ohio State or somewhere as a defensive coordinator. I don't remember where. But he got offered the job at Tennessee to be their head coach, and like the alumni and the fans at Tennessee like rioted in the streets, like they hated him so much they didn't want Tennessee to hire him. So Tennessee like went back on their offer to Schiano to be their coach. Good night. So they went back on their offer they had given to Schiano, and so then he just went back to Rutgers. So after Tennessee rioted, they hated Schiano so much they didn't want him to come there. He ended up going back to Rutgers, and he's trying to have more success the second time around, but it's not really working out for him quite like it did back in the days of the Big East. So let's see what kind of uniforms they have. I don't really like it when the teams are like they look exactly the same, so I think I'll let them wear some like black uniforms, just so they look a little different than us. We'll wear our white pants and our trademark black spikes. And we'll see. They're a 79, so they're better than Cincinnati. They're actually kind of good. Leaving the Big Ten now. That's right, cherry and white checkers with the black spikes. Some names on the back, but still all game for Temple. And Rutgers has now left the Big Ten and joined the Big East again. And they're heavy favorites in this one, as they're a 79 overall, a little bit better than I expected them to be. So instead of losing to Oklahoma State tonight, we're going to lose to Rutgers. So let's get it underway here, as here come the Owls on a dreary day in South Philly, as our attendance numbers are Let's see what's the attendance looking like here today. We'll check. You can look at your overall attendance too. I haven't shown you guys that yet. It'll be inflated by the Penn State game early in the season. It'll probably say something like we're averaging like 25,000 fans when in reality Temple probably gets about 5,000 fans on any given Saturday. But it's a decent crowd. Looks like there's about 30,000 people here, which is still pretty unrealistic. I'm thinking by the end of the season, as we see Clark, always the featured player, still more than Pitt, yeah. That'll be a battle. I'm not sure where that game is at, if it's in Pittsburgh or if it's here. We still have that doubleheader to look forward to conclude the season, because I don't think we're going to be going bowling this year, but there's still hope. We need to keep playing 500 ball. We need 4 more wins to qualify for a bowl as we start the game with a run to Smith. Defense is allowing 390 yards per game. We forced 2 turnovers in 4 games. That's nothing to really brag about. But we did have that one crucial turnover against Buffalo that will live on in our memories. So Shepard's going to look to pass. Oh, he waits for Clark to get open, and Clark has the first down. So Clark is just picking up right where he left off with an early catch for the first down. Yeah, we're inspired tonight. We're going to play an inspired game here. Owls After Dark. We just got stood up by Oklahoma State. Like, Rutgers might feel the pain. I think we're ready to get a Big Ten victory, or excuse me, a Big East victory. That's the name of the series, Big East Reborn. 2nd and 6. Smith is still cold. Gonna try to get him warmed up here a little bit, as he's short on the first down, but a pretty nice run. I'm going to give it to him again, try to pick up this first down. And he doesn't get it. He loses a yard. But we're playing to win tonight. We're leaving it all hang out. 4th and 2 from our own 45-yard line in the rain. We're back to pass. And he had the man. Oh, Shepard had Cush wide open, and he throws it over his head. That was just an ugly ball from Shepard. He had his man wide open in the flats. I was about to say we're off to a good start here. But instead, here comes the Scarlet Knights. And I don't know their quarterback's name. That seems to be a theme of these streams. I got to learn their quarterback's name. Let's see if they'll just show it to me somewhere. Turn around, number 10. What is your name? He didn't turn around, so I couldn't see his name. And I can't read it from here. So if we don't learn his name in a few plays, we'll eventually look it up. As he sends number 3 in motion, hands it off to him. And he has a nice run of 7 yards. Their running back's name is Antoine Raymond. That'll bring up 3rd and 2 for the Knights. As they're back to pass, he has his man. Their quarterback's name is Srirachi, I guess is how you'd say that. So that's how we're going to pronounce it. Srirachi. So Srirachi's in the gun. We send Powell on the blitz this time. No one can get there. We had like 6 guys trying to get to him. As Dinkins does make the tackle. Srirachi on the keep. He's hit hard. And he's short. 3rd and inches. Thanks everyone for tuning in here. This is a late stream. But nothing will help you relax for bed like some Owls football. nothing will lull you to sleep like our offense. We should get a NIL sponsorship with like the Calm app or something. They could just play Temple highlights to put people to sleep. As he's stopped at the 1 yard line, and it's 3rd and goal. Srirachi gives it off, and we stop him. So we've been pretty decent at that, down at the goal line, making stops. But Rutgers is not afraid. They're going to go for it here. So crucial 4th down for Rutgers. 4th and goal from the 3. Srirachi's in the gun. He's back to pass. He doesn't have anybody open, and it's knocked down. So a goal line stand from the Owls as Rutgers goes for it on 4th down, and they are stopped. A great answer from this Owls defense as it's shaping up to be another shootout here, 0-0. We got the length of the field in front of us, but that is just fine considering the situation we just had it on our hands there. 1st and goal. 2nd and 9. Shepard's in the gun. He looks for Clark, who can't really do much with it. Not really Clark's fault. I'll never say anything's Clark's fault, though. That was just, again, a bad pass when in the rain. We're going to be fortunate if we can just hunt the ball back to them, play a little field position here. As we look for Clark again, he has the catch, but he doesn't have the 1st down. So we're going to have to punt after that epic stop out of our own end zone. See what Anton can do here. He's been solid, getting a lot of use. Still holding out hope for a possible Ray Guy award for Anton. Atten, excuse me, as he punts this one away. They block our guy. He just lays there on the ground, doesn't stand up. Finally gets up, gets down there and makes the tackle. So we only knock him back to the 40-yard line, and our D is asked to stop them once again. So we kind of squandered that goal line stand. As Srirachi is back to pass. AJ Srirachi. It's kind of a shame. Like, these teams we're playing are not that good. Like, Rutgers is kind of terrible, but we're just worse. As number 2 has the ball there, down to the 16-yard line. That's B. Black. Right up the middle. And again, Rutgers, 1st and goal. So we were lucky enough to stop them once down here inside the 5-yard line. I don't see our defense doing that again. As Srirachi hands it off. And they do lose 2 yards. So I'm encouraged with our defense here down short yardage situations, but still only 2nd and goal. 2nd and goal from the 6. Man in motion from left to right. Srirachi throws. Missed tackle, but they only get to the 4-yard line. And again, Rutgers pulling some plays out of our playbook. They're making it look pretty difficult getting in the end zone here as it's 3rd and goal from the 4. Srirachi back to pass. He throws it, and his man is short at the 2-yard line. What will Rutgers do here? They're going to go for it again. 4th and goal at the 2-yard line. Srirachi in the gun. Can the Owls stop him twice at the goal line here? They keep it with Srirachi, and he's stopped again. Twice, Temple gets down inside their own 5-yard line, and twice Rutgers is turned away with no points. Here's a little funny story as I'm in the I formation. A lot of drama in the Standard League these days. As they say, the I formation is unstoppable, and look at that play. 22 yards up the middle. So maybe the I formation is unstoppable. We had a vote in the Standard League today to ban the I formation. I did not realize that I formation runs up the middle may or may not be glitched on this game. But if we're going to have that kind of success, Coach Hill might have to implement the I formation. As that was probably our best run in weeks. 20 yards up the middle after a goal line stand there. So another game begins here with a scoreless first quarter, but Not without fireworks. Let's come out and run some I formation and put this theory to the test. I've never really run the I formation at all. Let's see. Is it unstoppable if you just give it to Smith up the middle on the I formation? There he goes. Decent run. 6 yards. Let's try it again. let's just run the I formation the whole game here. We won't really do that, but we're just going to do a little experiment here to see how the I formation works for us. So we give it to Smith again. This time he's stopped. So, is it glitched? I'll leave that to you to decide, but I'm not just going to run the I formation all the time. But we will keep it in our back pocket. Keep that in mind, that we do have the I formation at our disposal if we're ever in need of a big run. So again here, we face 3rd and 3. Offense is off to a slow start. As Shepard looks for Clark, he drops it. What do we do here? 4th and 3 from our own 29-yard line. Ugh. If I had any hope that we had any kind of play to get this first down, I wouldn't be afraid to go for it here. But I just don't believe in our offense to be able to get 3 yards down here. So we're going to bolster our Ray Guy campaign and try to punt it again for the 3rd time today. Patton is on. Another decent punt. He's not really that good, but we flip the field and Rutgers is back to the 29. So 3 possessions for us, 3 punts, 2 possessions for Rutgers, and they've been stopped on 4th and goal both times. As Sirachi comes out again. He looks to pass. I thought that guy was going to keep running. He decided to just stop there. And he has a decent game. Shepard, as you can see, 2 for 5 for 14 yards. Just abysmal offense. No offense to speak of. And it's a run. And he has the first down. One thing you can't ever sleep on is Owl Nation. The most loyal fans in the game. They're out late at night to support their Owls. And I'm trying my hardest to send them all to bed happy here tonight. But don't worry, your loyalty will pay off eventually. Might not be this year, probably won't be next year, probably won't be the year after that, but eventually, someday, we'll have this Owl team competing in the college football playoff. As on 3rd down, they have the guy out there for the first. Sirachi back to pass. Throws it off of his guy's back there. Number 69 is beside himself. He couldn't believe that play, as the guy was open but just didn't turn around. 2nd and 10. Sirachi's back to pass. He's going to scramble, and he just throws this one out of bounds. He took that one from Shepard. He learned that move from Shepard. Just throw the ball 30 yards out of bounds into the first row of seats. And it's 3rd and 10. Sirachi back to pass. He's going to have his man down there. Oh, what a catch. Another 3rd down conversion for the Scarlet Knights as somehow goes up and gets that ball. They run. Big hole. He has about 12 as there's an injury on the play to number 54. We all know big number 54 from the Rutgers offensive line. How could we forget about him? As it's 1st and 10 for Sirachi. He's got his man on the swing pass. And it's 1st and goal again. 1st and goal from the 5 for Rutgers. Is the 3rd time a charm? for this Scarlet Knights offense, or do we have another miraculous stand in us? How many times can we stop them down here as they run it there down to the 1? You just got to think at some point our luck's going to run out and they're going to get in here. As it's 2nd and goal from the 1, they run up the middle, and they do. They finally score. So on their 3rd chance, Rutgers finally punches it in from the goal line. And the Scarlet Knights are on the board. I'm having flashbacks to Cincinnati. I feel like I'll probably say the same things a lot as these streams go on. But, like, we have to score at some point. We knew we couldn't win this game with a goose egg on our side, so we're going to need some points. It's okay. Don't dismay. Shepard's just getting warmed up. Clark has been eerily quiet. Can Mason ever get a kickoff return? Not this time, but maybe one of these times. Let's go back to this I formation that is apparently glitched according to the commissioner of my online league. The I formation is unstoppable, they say. You can spam it over and over again for big yards. It cannot be stopped. The I formation. As we run I formation for 5 yards. We might need the British Hammer, but we're hanging our hopes on this unstoppable I formation right now as we get 1 yard on that play, and it's 3rd down again. Back-to-back unstoppable glitched I formation doesn't get us a 1st down, and we're behind the chains again here. 3rd and 3 for Shepard. He's got to get the ball to Clark. Clark is not open. Shepard is hit, and it's 4th down again.
It's amazing to think just how confident this offense was coming into this game. They thought they were going to go up and down the field throwing the football in this one. That has not been the case. They have not yet.
We're going for it. I don't care. We're going for it. 4th down and 3 from our own 26-yard line, and the Owls are lining up to go for it. Shepard back to pass, forces it to Clark, and it's picked off. Bounces off of Clark's hands, picked off, and it's a pick 6. So our defense was stopping them, so we just decided to just totally collapse there and just gift them a pick 6. As that one bounced off of Clark's hands, up in the air, and it's picked off. And it's 14-0 Rutgers. As Mason still can't get past the 20-yard line. So if anyone has any suggestions on like what to do on offense, I'm open to any suggestions. As we give the ball to Smith, he kind of like stutter steps there and gets 9 yards. Rutgers is all over Clark. They must have seen last game or something because Clark is just not open. And we'll throw it short to Smith. We finally have a 1st down. I don't know if that's our first down of the game, but we don't have more than 2 or 3 at most. As it's 1st and 10, we're going to try to get this play off before the 2-minute warning, and Shepard's screwing around. I don't know who he's looking at over there. We had the play call. I don't know who he's looking at, clapping at. Am I standing over there? That's not even our bench. He's looking over at the Rutgers bench instead of getting the play off. So he's doing it again for some reason. He's looking over at Rutgers' bench. I'm not really sure why. He should be looking at this linebacker that's about to sack him, but he does get away for 4 yards. This is just... Maybe we should have just took it as a sign when Oklahoma State stood us up tonight that it just wasn't meant to be tonight. As Smith is obliterated for 1 yard. 12 carries for Smith. I don't know whatever happened to Brown the fourth. I haven't seen him in a while. Maybe come second half we'll give him some carries. As it's 3rd and 4, can we ever get Clark involved in this offense. 3rd and 4. We force it to Clark. As always, a terrible throw. Clark makes a great catch, and he does barely have the 4 yards we need for the first down, but we're running out of time here. I wish I could throw the ball more than 5 yards, but Shepard doesn't have any arm at all. He can't throw the ball, so he can run, though, as that's a nice run by Shepard. Probably his best run of the season. He's into Rutgers territory down to the 31.
And I love the change in decision-making, right? That was a much better job. Last possession, tried to force it in there through the interception. This possession,
all our timeouts remaining as Mason comes in. We give it to Mason. He's got a big hole. He's down to the 13-yard line. Nice run from Mason. Minute to go here. Trying to get back in this ballgame before halftime. It's Mason again. This time he's going nowhere, 1 yard. We're not in any hurry. We have plenty of time with all our timeouts left, as it's 2nd and 9 from the 12-yard line. Every time we come out here, we have to call an audible, try to tell Clark where to go, as he catches that one for 4 yards. And we really need something here, as the clock is ticking. Still, we actually are going to call a timeout. Still fine. We're still fine on time. Everything is just fine. We got them right where we want them. As it's 3rd and 5 from the 8. Our first opportunity at points this game, as you know where it's going. Right side of your screen, X. Big Clark. He makes the cut, and Shepard is hit. It's incomplete. Down 14-0 here. We're going to go for it. That's right. We're going to give Clark another chance. He's just going to run the same route. This is a different play, but Clark's doing the same thing. As we force it to him, he's got it. Down to the 1. What a catch by Clark. We need to hurry. We need to hurry here. We got 2 timeouts. We can try to run one up the middle and call timeout if we don't get in. What a catch by Clark at the 1-yard line. Wish he could have got in, but we give it to Smith, and he is in. So we go for it on 4th and 5. Clark makes an incredible catch. Doesn't get in, but he saves the drive. And Temple gets on the board before the half. That was a crazy drive. That's the British Hammer. Peter Clark, the 88 overall tight end. How is he even on this team? Where did he come from? I was looking at his Instagram this morning. He came out with this post this summer. I guess there was rumors he was going to transfer. Temple must have gave him the bag, because he had a post on there with he was in Philadelphia, and it said I'm coming back. And he was his dreads were flowing in the wind. So I don't know what the story is. I need to learn more of the lore of Peter Clark, as for some reason he decided to return to Temple in real life when he probably could have went somewhere else. But we need to focus for one more play here, get out of this half. Only down 7. As Srirachi is back in the gun. He gets it away. That one is picked off. A rare interception for the Owls defense. So we don't get much of a return, but maybe that'll spark some momentum. Really a great effort from our defense. 2 goal line stands. There I am with my arm around Clark, as we always break it down here going into the half. A meeting of the minds, myself and Clark. But we do get the interception. A great defensive effort, really, this half. 2 goal line stands, a turnover. Only 7 points allowed from our defense. One of their touchdowns was the pick 6. As you see there, LSU beat somebody, Texas A&M or something. I didn't really see it. But just give me 1 second. I need to go to the sink and get some more water, because this is exciting stuff here, and I'm losing my voice. So I'll be right back. Just 1 sec. Okay, we are back for the second half of this one. Temple and Rutgers. Rutgers will start with the ball. And let's see here. Yeah, we're going to need a stop. As you see the rankings there, Ohio State, Oregon, Miami, Big East team, number 3 in the country. So that's good. That indirectly helps our recruiting, as the Big East is a decent conference. We can at least say, well, we're in a good conference. Kinda. We have Miami, who I don't even think we play Miami this year, but they're in here. It's first and 10 for Rutgers. Sirachi swings it out. Oh, he stutter steps our man there. It's totally an ankle-breaking move there from KJ Duff, as Dinkins was just frozen. He put on skates. And it's an early first down on the first play for Rutgers. Can we force another turnover? Sirachi gets it away. I was going back to the other guy. Another missed tackle. I love how my guys don't line the players up at all. Watch on this replay. They just come flying by. Don't touch anybody. Let's see if they show it on this from this angle. Number 11 there gets the ball. And then our guy just goes shooting past him. Doesn't even come close to making any contact with him at all. But I do like the effort. I like the effort trying to lay the big hit. Got to get a body on him. As Sirachi is back to pass. Another broken tackle. That time he had him totally wrapped up and let him go. This defense does need a stand, because I don't know if we have 21 points in us today. If they score again, I don't know. We did manage to score once somehow. As they run it here. It's a first down, but Angeli is hurt. Number 5 there. I think that was that gentleman's name. First and 10 for Rutgers from the 28. Sirachi back to pass. We blitz. Our guy dives on the ground, doesn't hit him. And he has 9 yards. Sloppy fundamentals again here from the Owls. They're forced to defend the short field here. They don't give up much, but they have the first down. And now Stewart is shooken up. And I've been watching him. You see that ring around him? He's been tired all game. Not sure why he's even out there, but he misses the assignment there. The middle of the field is wide open. And again, Rutgers is down inside the 5-yard line. So Greg Schiano drew something up at halftime as Rutgers moves right down the field. And I missed the guy there. We finally tackle him. Should have had him in the backfield. But they're down to the 2-yard line. First and goal for Rutgers, or second and goal, excuse me. Pardon me. The second down play is a terrible play. But he just juked himself out in the backfield, and he's in. So Rutgers comes out. Quick touchdown drive right down the field. And it's 21-7. So at this point, we're going to say we can tell Atten, our punter, just grab a seat over there on the bench. You're not coming back in this game, no matter what the situation is. We won't see any more of Atten, as Griffin and Moon are visiting today, and can't say what they've seen so far they're going to be very impressed with. But maybe we have a late comeback in us here, as it's Smith. Can we ever break a big one? Oh, one man to beat. One of these days we're gonna break a run there. That was a pretty nice run, but I thought that might have been it. Thought that might have been a long touchdown run. But Smith just not quite fast enough to get past the last defender. As Shepard rolls out. Shepard's going to keep this one. He's got lots of space up the middle. I don't slide. Oh, that was risky. I probably should have slid down there, but instead I just decided to let Shepard get destroyed. Thought he could maybe get through that hole. We don't get many chances like that, so I thought maybe he could break it, but I probably should have took the safe route and just slid down there. As we give it to Smith again. That's kind of our offense, like we run a play with trying to get it to Clark, and then we just waste a play with a 1-yard run from Smith. Then we try to get it to Clark, and then we waste another play with a 1-yard run from Smith as Shepard's under pressure, and he does what he does best, throws it into the crowd. And it's third down. And I don't like this set at all. For some reason, I'm in a 4 wideout set without Clark. Clark is not even on the field here. This is something that will be questioned in the Philadelphia Inquirer this week. Where is Smith, or where is Clark on third down? As we get it anyway, but why am I in a set that does not feature Clark? As we get him back out there, that's just poor coaching on my part. 3rd and 10, and we don't have Clark on the field. As we won't make that mistake again. Shepard's back to pass. He's going to try to run again. He's been really running a lot today. He's going to head toward the sidelines. No fear from Shepard. He just refuses to slide. As we have 165 yards rushing, only 47 yards passing today. But it's 1st and goal as we try to answer that early score from Rutgers, and we do. Smith is in again, his 2nd touchdown of the day. Pretty nice effort from Smith today as he has 86 yards and 2 touchdowns. Yeah, Shep does have some sneaky speed. He can run. He can't throw the ball, but he can run kinda. As it's 21-14. So the offense has warmed up a bit. 2 touchdowns on our last 2 drives. A quick answer there. 80 yards in under 2 minutes. And both these teams have started the second half with a touchdown. As this guy's going to bring it out. We miss him twice. But he still only gets to the 17-yard line. It's late night Big East football. Anything can happen here. Owls after dark. 1st and 10 for Sirachi. He drops it off to number 3. And Sirachi's up to 156 yards passing. Owls looking for their first win of the Big East Reborn Challenge in the conference. First conference win, I should say. 2nd and 4. A deep ball from Sirachi, and we bat it down. That had trouble written all over it. Sirachi can't believe it. Our fans are giving him the thumbs down. As this place is rocking right now, it's 3rd down. Get on your feet, Owls Nation. Sirachi's going to run. We had everything covered. Sirachi decides to tuck it and run, and he has the 1st down. So the fans were behind us on that play, but we couldn't get them to stop. And it's another 1st down for Rutgers. It's an out play. I miss him again. That wasn't even really my fault. It just kind of, what did he do there? He did a little juke around my guy there. 1st and 10 for Sirachi. This is kind of frustrating the way they're tearing our defense apart here as we've got a couple scores, and that guy's wide open. Is he going to catch it? Yes, he does. Touchdown. Rutgers just decided to become unstoppable on offense. And just when we finally see some signs of life from our own offense, our defense decides to collapse. I wish Mason could return a kickoff one time in his life. It's not going to be this time as he only gets to the 11-yard line. That might be the last time Mason even gets to return a kickoff. I might get rid of him back there. He's too slow. But we still have hope. We need another touchdown drive here, though. As Shepard comes out, he's going to look for Clark, but he's covered. Clark is covered. He somehow catches the ball for no gain, but that guy's right on his back. I don't understand it. Clark not creating any space as it starts to rain again here. I like the dynamic weather they added to this game. Like last year's game, it would just rain the whole time or it'd be sunny the whole time. Now it kind of comes and goes. As Shepard looks to run, he tries to fake inside and go back outside, and he gets out of bounds. Another nice run from Shepard. He's up to 96 yards rushing on just 5 carries. But yeah, I think it's pretty cool how like it's not raining and then it just kind of like starts raining. As Smith has 7 yards. Shepard pointing at our sideline now. Oh, he's going to try to run again. He thought he could run there, and then he had Clark wide open, and he just threw it over his head. As the rain continues to fall here, Shepard pointing at nobody. He's talking to somebody out there to his right, but there's nobody out there. He rolls out. Nobody is open at all. This is ugly. I'm just going to throw it away. And as we said, we're not going to punt anymore in this game, so we're going to go for it here. This is probably, the game kind of probably hangs in the balance on this 4th down. As it's 4th and 3 for Shepard. He's talking to somebody, maybe Smith. He's back to pass. He's hit as he throws, and it's incomplete. Just a terrible day for Shepard throwing the ball. Can't even get the ball out there to Clark. Clark is covered. And like so many times before this one, we can tell which way this one's going as Rutgers is on the move. And that'll do it for the 3rd quarter. 28-14. It's too late. I'm at a loss for words right now. It's too late at night, even for the Owls. Even the Owls are asleep now. Even the Owls are in bed and asleep. And I'm going to say, I'm going to promise you guys, we will win a Big East game this season. I don't know who it'll be, but we're not going to finish this season with 2 wins. I promise you, we will win a Big East game at some point. I don't know who it's going to be. It might be UConn, maybe. Some night it's going to happen. We're going to win a conference game, as we do hold Rutgers to a field goal attempt here in the rain. It's not going to be tonight, though, as he makes a field goal, and it's a 17-point game. But anyone that knows me and the way I play college football, I pride myself in a few things. One of those things is always playing on the hardest level, so that's why I always lose. Like, even in my online league, the guys are, like, afraid to play on the hardest level, even though we're playing each other, so they put it on, like, the 3rd hardest level. I always play on the hardest level, and we never quit. So whatever you see is what you get. It's usually games like this, early in these dynasties, where we just are losing and struggling to put up any stats or do anything. But, it's all by the book. So, like, around Christmas time, when I have the Owls in the college football playoff and we're, like, 8 years into this, we'll remember these days and where it all began with Clark and Shepard. It'll feel like nothing but a bad dream. And the Owls are in the college football playoff someday. So don't be discouraged. I'm telling myself as much as I'm telling the chat, because I know the chat believes in this Owls team. Maybe not this specific rendition of the Owls team, but the Owls in general, as that one's picked off. And that's going to be Shepard's second pick six of the game unless he can run him down. He dives at him and he misses him. So Rutgers has blown this game open. It's 38-14. We were in it for a little bit, but now we're just getting killed.
Really gotta be impressed with
It's
the defense
38-14 Rutgers.
still firing off the ball and still making plays. What a great job. Not just picking it off, but taking it all the way
But
back to the house. That pads their lead and that
we're also not quitters. We don't ever, like, send the games out. We suffer through every last minute of every game. And I do that all for the fans. As Shepard comes back. Shepard comes back, and actually, I think we're going to, since Shepard is just falling on the ground there, tripped over his own feet, and he's sacked, and that's going to be the end of the day for Shepard. Shepard is done. We're going to bring in Smolik. Smolik's going to come in for a while. This game's over. I'm also going to take Clark out because we'll need him later. So I'm just taking Clark out too. And I'm going to put Brown in at running back too. Why not? No reason to risk any of our better players. We'll put Brown in. Actually, we'll even go as far as to put in the freshman Amir Morrow. As Coach Hill has emptied the bench here. Down 38-14 as they give it to the freshman Morrow for 3 yards. It's 3rd and 19. See if Smolik can do. See if he can throw one. Throw the ball. Not even see if he can throw it to one of our guys. Let's just see if he can physically drop back in the pocket and throw the ball downfield without getting sacked. He's got the ball. He throws it. It's almost intercepted. But he did drop back and pass it and get rid of it as Atten will come on to punt again. And hopefully Rutgers and Greg Schiano will have mercy on us and just run the clock out at this point. As it's a nice return, 3 minutes to go here. We'll take a look and see if Scroggins... This should be enough to get him to verbal. I mean, how couldn't you want to come here after seeing a performance like this in the rain? What could be more appealing than this? Playing in front of 10,000 people in a stadium that's not even yours? And getting destroyed by a garbage team? I mean, sign me up. Sign Scroggins up. As Rutgers is running the clock down here. We have to stop, 4th and 3. And they're going to play. Seriously, I mean, where else would you rather be on a fall Saturday? At least our seats are green. They don't stand out quite as much as the yellow seats at Heinz Field. He can wear the owl suit. I mean, he can't even get a good degree here. I don't know how you sell a guy in a place like this. As Morrow, the true freshman. Nice carry from Morrow. Smolik comes out in the gun. We've totally abandoned our AD goal of not trying to turn the ball over as Kush just loses his footing. We've already written that goal off. I'm pretty sure they wanted our plus-minus to be like less than 10 turnovers. I'm pretty sure it's probably at about 10 now already. As Smolik is looking good. I'm not sure if Rutgers has their backups in here or not. We're running no huddle. Maybe I could try to get Arden involved, kick a field goal or something. Morrow again. Nice carry. Smolik hurries the boys up to the line. They're going fast here, as this time it's Smith. I'm not sure how that even happened. We were in no huddle. How did Smith come into the game there for Morrow as we ran no huddle? How did that happen? as Smolik is sacked. Breaks a tackle. Then he's sacked. He actually got 1 yard.
Welcome to the frustrating reality of college football. Like the guy at the quarterback spot, he can just do that. Pull it down, get
40
pocket
seconds to
control,
go.
makes the defense have to
Smolik gives it to Bermudez for no gain. They want us to go for it, but we're gonna trick everybody here and attempt a field goal for Harden. Pure, right down the middle. Mr. Reliable himself, Carl Harden, comes in and knocks it through. And it's 38-17. We only need 3 touchdowns and 2 onside kicks here in the next 15 seconds to come back as we attempt the first one. I think this is the first onside kick we've attempted in this challenge. Let's see what we can do with it. As Atten kicks it, and Rutgers has it. And that's going to do it. So I thought I would be featuring a loss to Oklahoma State tonight. Had a long day here. I really wanted to play some college football at least once before bed. And Oklahoma State was a no-show. So instead we lose to Rutgers by 21 points here. We fall to 0-2 in conference, 2-3 overall. As Srirachi and Greg Schiano were just too much for us today. Don't hang your head, boys. I see Chase there. Looks pretty disgusted. Oh, don't worry about it. Shake it off. We'll be back. We'll be back stronger than ever. Yeah, we're not even going to look at the stats. We're just going to forget about this one. Let's just totally forget about this one. It was kind of a spur of the moment Temple Owls stream. Thought we could do it, but we were just in over our heads. We weren't dialed in from the start in this game as we just couldn't do much on offense. But before we close the stream, let's see if Scroggins will verbal. Come on, Scroggins. You know you want to leave Tyrone and come. And he does. He verbally commits. Ramon Scroggins, the tight end from Tyrone, Pennsylvania. Loved what he saw today. Wants to be a part of this going forward. He's making 120 NIL, which is like more than our entire team now, for a 3-star tight end from Tyrone, Pennsylvania. Our first verbal. Now, don't get too excited because it still takes another week or two until they actually sign and hard commit. So even though he's verbally committed, that's a new feature on this game as well. I still have to spend my points on him until he signs the next phase, which will be called a hard commit. When he hard commits, he's locked in for sure. When he verbals, I still have to use the points on him, which kind of sucks because we don't have many points to spare. So I'd like him to sign in the next week or two so I can get those points. Not the money, but the hours, the time. He's locked in now to that contract for 120 NIL dollars. But if he signs, we can take those 50 hours off of him and use them to call somebody else. And let's see who else here. Looks like Griffin had a good time on his visit, even though he has it down to us, Syracuse and Rutgers. Still has us first for some reason. Moon has us first, and so does Olivier. No, I don't think, just for fun, let's see. Are there any other decent players from Pennsylvania that are available even? Yeah, this guy is going to Penn State. Only 3 4-stars from the entire state. What about this guy from Downingtown, Pennsylvania? Sony Choi. He won 65 NIL. Another 3-star. We don't actually need a defensive back though, but we need everything. But you can see the players and the positions in red are what we really need. But anybody that wants to come would be nice. A 2-star here from Warminster, PA. Just to keep things, just to go for another guy from a city we know, we'll add this 2-star wideout from Altoona. That's just to add another player because we don't have many players on our board. He doesn't have any scholarship offers yet. So we'll send him one just because we had a couple extra points here. We'll offer him $10. And we'll call him. So we add another player to our list. The 2-star wide receiver from Altoona. And what happened here? My thing froze for a second. Okay. All right. So that's it on the recruiting trail. We did get the verbal from Scroggins. So that's a good positive place to end tonight's stream as we get our first verbal recruit. Our next game, taking a look here, is against South Florida. They're not very good, but they're better than us. So that's another game you never know. We could possibly have something in store for South Florida. And so we have a couple winnable games coming up with South Florida and UConn before we play Franklin and Virginia Tech. So some fun games to look forward to. Then we have a top 5 showdown with Louisville. Then we play Bill O'Brien in Boston College. And then our doubleheader with Pitt in West Virginia. So we have a lot of fun games ahead, but as far as winning any of these games, our best 2 chances are probably our next 2 games, South Florida and UConn. So can we steal one of those? I don't know. You'll have to tune in next time to find out. But thank you, everyone, for coming tonight to Big East Reborn, Owls After Dark. And if I can ever get Oklahoma State to quit being afraid, we'll lose to them too. So maybe tomorrow we can get back to Badger Nation and take on Oklahoma State. But if not, you can always count on the Owls to be there for you. So good night, everyone, and we'll see you next time.